Welcome back to the show, folks. This is the Shankly session, the Liverpool podcast we bring you each and every day on the Dynamo Podcast Network on YouTube. Head over there if you could and smash that subscribe and bell notification button. Also, if you want to comment on the show, drop it into the episode and, of course, hit a like. This is your match reaction AC Milan versus Liverpool. Absolutely belter of a game. Milan going into this game, we're sitting on top of Serie A in very good form with a slim chance of qualifying. They needed to get the win and they needed Atletico or Porto to draw, but unfortunately that didn't happen for them. Liverpool going into the game very buoyant and in good form. 5 wins out of 5 in the group stage. 8 changes made from the game against Wolves, so it was going to be an interesting contest. Great to see Tyler Morton back in the side, and obviously Costas and Neco Williams and all getting their opportunity, as well as Origi up front with the two boys. I was shocked that he went with Salah and Mane in the game. But obviously he wanted to seal the 6 out of 6, and boy did he do that. Let's get into it. 29 minutes, goal from Tomori, corner not dealt with. Minamino at the front post, ball goes all the way through to Allison. He was kind of shocked to see it go all the way through him, so he had to parry it away, but parried it right into the path of Tomori, who slotted it home. He was kind of caught by surprise, Allison was. Um, maybe Allison could have done a little bit better, but I think it just came to him. He didn't realise it was going to come all the way through, so he kind of wasn't set and ready for it. But Minamino obviously should have done better on the front post, really. He shouldn't have moved off that front post, really, and let that ball come through, really. But yeah, so then 36 minutes, who steps up, of course, the man, Mo Salah, chalking up goal number 20 after a great little run from Ox, and he had a strike. Keeper parried it into Salah's path, and he had a lot to do to finish this. As he made it look really, really easy. But if you go back and you look at this goal, it wasn't easy at all. I mean, he had a lot to do in terms of side footing it up into the roof of the net, and could have easily hit the crossbar or could have easily been parried by the keeper. But Salah putting it away, chalked up 20 goals so far this season. That's goal number 20. Unbelievable. And folks, we're only at the start of December. Incredible strike rate. That's also his 5th season that he's done that. So not bad really for a one season wonder. 56 minutes, who steps up? None other than Divock Origi. Spent a lot of time in this game kind of on his backside, really. Tended to hit the deck a lot looking at the game. But a superb guided header, and again, not an easy chance. The ball parried out to him from the goalkeeper. I think it was a shot by Mane that got parried, went out into Origi, and he just hit a sublime header into the top of the net from a decent distance out as well. So it was a brilliant finish. But he just pops up with so many important goals. It's gas to think that this guy is legendary status at the club, yet he's only really been a bit part player. But when you think about his moments, the Barcelona game, the goal in the Champions League, Everton, Newcastle, the Wolves goal at the weekend, unbelievable from Big Divock. Um, Allison had to pull off a real good save then from Kessie, who broke through. Could have been 2-2, but in truth, Liverpool were absolutely levels above this Milan side. And I kind of think it's really an indication of where Serie A is at. If this Milan side is top of Serie A, it means that Italian football has come down a certain amount in terms of its quality. Liverpool also, in doing that 100% record, 6 wins out of 6 in the group stage, the first English club to achieve this, which is absolutely outstanding. Let's get on and talk about Tyler Morton. Tyler Morton, he absolutely outstanding in midfield. Just the way he controlled and fed the ball, like for a guy of his age, and to be thrust into that situation. Now, obviously, they might have been a little bit more relaxed because obviously Liverpool have obviously topped the group, so no pressure on them and stuff like that. But the way he played, he just controlled that midfield for a kid of his age. He looked like he was playing at that level for years, so absolutely brilliant. And the one thing that comes out of this game last night, you look at Neco Williams as well, and we'll talk about him in a minute, and Nat Phillips there, who's behind me, absolutely sublime. Um, for a team that at the start of the season, people were so worried about the squad and the squad depth. Um, Even with getting injuries this season, we've done okay. Like, I mean, there hasn't been that much of a problems. Nat Phillips stepped in last night with Kanate. Both of them were absolutely excellent. You had Tomiskis on one side, you had Neco Williams on the other side. Both did really, really well. You had Tyler Martin in the middle of the park with Ox and Minamino. did really, really well. And then you had Origi up front with Salah and Mane. So, like, we don't have to worry too much, I don't think. I would be a little bit concerned with the AFCON coming up, losing Salah, Mane, and Naby Keita. But again, for the 2, 3 games maybe that we have to weather that storm, I think we'll do it all right with Origi, Minamino, and a couple of other additions there, So we're doing okay, you know. But Tyler, yeah, absolutely outstanding. Neco Williams, I think he put in a shift last night. I mean, he was really hot on it, especially in the first half. His link-up play down the wing with Salah and all, I thought was really good. Didn't bear enough fruit. The reason for that was Milan were conscious of Salah, so they were doubling up on him and stuff like that and giving very little room at times. But certainly those tight angles and those tight balls where he had to get out of a certain situation, I thought Neco Williams was really, really good last night. Let's move on to Nat Phillips, aka Nat Aldini, and Konate were brilliant. I mean, Zlatan was reduced to a spectator for most of this game. And we know how dangerous Zlatan is. I mean, you've seen him in Serie A, you've seen him in multiple leagues, you've seen him playing for United. Absolutely brilliant player. But he was reduced to a spectator last night. Literally had no impact on the game at all. And even when you've seen that Phillips, that move where he just slotted between the 2 attackers running in and just jogged off with the ball, sent them both for their shopping. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic. Costas, he was a man that was targeted last night. I thought he was in a real battle out there on the wing. Guys getting stuck into him and stuff like that. But he's a real feisty character as well. So he's well up for that kind of thing. He relishes that, And I thought he was absolutely brilliant. He stood up to everything Milan threw at him. So absolutely fantastic for Costas. It was absolutely great to see Naby and Joe Gomez coming on, getting minutes under the belt after being out injured. So it was great just to get them in there, a little bit of match fitness and stuff like that. Great to have that game available to us where there's not too much pressure on us. Obviously, we want a 100% record, but it doesn't really mean that much in terms of the bigger scheme of things in the Champions League. But I just thought the 2 boys getting onto the pitch and getting a bit of time, I thought was fantastic. And then it was brilliant in the dying minutes to see Max Voltman and Connor Bradley coming on. Absolutely 2 young lads. I mean, it must have been special for them as well. I know Fabinho came on as well. But for those 2 boys to come on and make their debut, albeit only for a few minutes, in a game where we sealed 100% in the Champions League group stage and set a record for the first English club to do it. And for those 2 boys to pull on the jersey and get on and even get a few minutes, I'm sure it must have been special for them, especially in that special stadium, the San Siro, where, chances are a lot of teams won't be there anymore because it's supposed to be getting knocked down. So it must have been brilliant for the 2 boys to experience that firsthand. So brilliant. Such a historical game, at a historical ground, So roll on the draw on Monday. But this Liverpool side now is looking like it really does have options. It's looking very strong and showing real European pedigree. And I just thought last night around the pitch was just an outstanding performance from everyone in a team that was just changed so much from the Wolves game. So we now look towards Saturday and Aston Villa, the return of Stevie G, and that should be absolutely electric. But this has been your Shankly Sessions match reaction. AC Milan versus Liverpool. AC Milan dropping out of Europe at the early stage. Liverpool progressing to the knockout stages with a 100% record. I don't think anyone will want to draw this Liverpool side come Monday, but we will see. 11 a.m. Monday is the draw. Let's do this, Red Men.